Okay, there we go. Good morning. Double checker. So it's nice and clear. You can hear everything, even the backgrounds. Okay, let's see. Hopefully you got your fans, and I'm just waiting to make sure I can hear myself. Are we on? So odd. Testing. Okay, I see something. Morning. Okay. Should wires. Good. Uh, Telling you the fan is going to be very helpful for you guys. Yes, I end up carrying my fan a lot more than usual, especially during summertime. Okay. Can anyone let me know? Coming in clear. Hi. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. And coming in clear. I see live. I see live. Okay. Alrighty. I got the audio. We're good. Okay. Good morning, loud and clear so far. Okay. Thank you so much, Lynette. Alrighty. Got our fans. Let's learn to flow. Okay. So again, if you have any questions, you can put in the chat or in the comments if you find us later on or you join us later on too. Um, and hopefully we've been growing a lot with the Tai Chi and understanding the Tai Chi fan itself. Yeah. The fan for me was one of the most comfortable instrument that I or tool that I use a lot because once I really got to learn it and I the key was when I started to carry it around a lot more. It's probably one of the most uh, easiest thing that you will carry around, and it doesn't take up space. I put it in a bag, or for me, I just put it in the back pocket or something, and you can go anywhere with it. So, especially before you end up going to a party or anywhere, and there's a crowd, and it's like a AC. Yeah. So I remember doing that, even going to the club, and it's super hot, but nice and cool, right? The next thing you have friends around you trying to get cooled off too. So like I said, it really the fan itself it's very find it way more useful than any other uh from the sword and anything because you can't carry the sword around, or a big staff or stick. Yeah, so and it definitely helped me a lot because it's like getting my oxygen, and then keeping cool if it's hot. Okay. All right. So and the main thing we by me holding on to it a lot more and get more comfortable to the fan, so it gets relaxed in the hand itself, and I get used to it, and then therefore it makes it more easier. Yeah. So if you can any tool that you use it more often, you get better and more comfortable to it. Yeah. And then it just gets like it's like feels normal, and so it doesn't matter what I practice. The fan feels the most comfortable to me. Definitely for sure. Okay. Um, the flowing. How do we add the flow with the fan itself? Okay. And this is where the Tai Chi comes a big part of the form itself. Okay. So it doesn't matter what form you're practicing, if we let the breathing and ourself, the mindset of us, and centering ourselves down. Yeah. And then when we flow, So even if you're going slow and you're feeling the movement, yeah, it's not just because we're going slow. Yeah, you're trying to find your flow, your center. Okay, and you're also trying to see if you feel like if your stance feel off balance or something feels uncomfortable and doesn't feel right, then it will show itself more clear. Okay, if you don't do that and we go too fast too soon, a lot of things can happen and it can get sloppy, and then we miss the technique because maybe you think, oh yeah, that's simple, so I want to jump forward quicker and quicker and quicker, and I just want to learn the whole form, and then we forget the little subtleness of the techniques or the turning of the wrists. It can play a huge part in a lot of techniques. Okay, and then we forget the waist too, so we might miss the core of the technique. Okay, so you might go, somebody go fast and do this, but then you might, when you go slow, you can feel the technique in the wrist, the rolling and the smoothness of the slide. Okay, and then at a turn, I might realize how much more the waist can come in here. So I might wind up and then feel the movement come out. Okay, and then open. Okay, so the more I find a nice comfortable speed, and then I can flow and then roll with it, and then try to move my body and find the core, and then the shoulder, the arm, the wrist. Okay, now you do it more and more, it gets quicker in its own way. So my muscle memory, my body lets to flow and move. Okay, so if I go slow and take my time, and then the quicker it comes quicker. You don't have to go fast now, but all this comes out quicker because I go slow. And as we start to flow, the flowing becomes like, the water running and flowing. So if there's an obstacle or a rock, it just moves around, it flows over, it finds the cracks. So it's like that. So when I do this, if I need to adjust or something come in a different direction, I can just adjust and just close and hit and tap. Something comes up, I just naturally go up or go low or go over. Okay, and then that's how that flow start to progress and expand more and more, and then your body starts moving like water, and that's the key thing, right? Okay. So getting there, we just have to, the normal thing, we just have to breathe. Okay, we're always breathing, but we just, okay. So the Dantian breathing, when we're practicing, is giving it a strong focus point. Okay, that focus point, when we're breathing and it's like we're going for the thrust, and we're really focusing it there. So our intention and the mindset is there. Okay? And say like, I'm not there and I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna thrust, and I'm thinking about other stuff, I'll focus on other stuff, then I'm not focusing here. Okay. And by doing this, it might not seem a lot, okay, but it's like you're training for months, and it depends how much focus you put into it. It can be like a year, just like you doing this. It feels like you've been training for another person that's just going like this. Might take them a year to get to that one point of just okay. So it's like condensing it. So it's again, it's not. It can seem quick, but it's just training with a focus point and intention that makes it breaks these the learning curve. So there's no curve. You're going to the point basically. Okay. So anything you practice. So if you're just doing a form and we go through the movement, oh yeah, boom. Okay. Now I feel the movement. I'm inhaling. I really center because that centering is a key, right? We're putting our mindset to move forward. Yeah. Okay. Hi, welcome. Okay. So when you're coming in and you really center, you feel yourself centered, then you start. Okay. If you don't feel centered, then you don't want to just start because you're not centered, and then energy outside is bothering you. So this is that main key part. So just like I said before, if you have a nice happy spot or a nice area that makes you nice and calm, take that visual. So say like you was at the beach or somewhere and it's just perfect. You feel so relaxed. Get that visual and really inhale and do this. Okay. And center yourself. So when you grab that moment, you take it before you do your form. So I'm like in here in the room, it doesn't matter where I'm at. I'm at that beach in that moment and I center myself. And then you take that moment in that time. You take it now and then okay, and you feel like you're there, yeah. And then it adds, and then you realize it's a visual. Okay. So I'm focusing, I'm exhaling. So I'm not just doing this now. So in our name, we drum the drum, right? So this one, I'm not just going like this, right? So we have this flat surface. We see that drum, right? Boom, boom. Okay. So when I'm doing this, in my mind, I'm like, boom. Okay. So you get that feel, get that everything, boom. And then you come back out. Think of this drum on this side, boom. Okay. Boom. Okay. So you get this drum, boom, boom. Okay. So later, as it gets, they can smooth it out too, or you flow, you center, boom, boom. Okay. So what happens? The form or the technique at the time should have more volume to it. Okay. It's not empty anymore. You're not just like this. Yeah. You're feeling it. Boom, boom. Okay. Um, Here's an interesting thing too. What I see is even like actors, right? They gotta put their mindset into the character. So say like maybe he didn't know as much as martial arts or anything, but he puts himself so much into the character, he can feel the movement, yeah, and then watch it, yeah, and then they can adapt to show different styles or whatever. But it's just that feeling, right? That's the same mindset. Okay, that's why if they don't put themselves there, we're not gonna enjoy the movie itself, or we're not gonna feel it because they don't feel it themselves. Okay, so you add that. That's part of realizing that actually you're doing your mindset. That's the kung fu in it up there, yeah. Okay, maybe they don't might not even realize it too, but you just it's like, wow, you just take that. They already took a huge step forward, and then they just learned the techniques to enhance the form itself more. Yeah. Okay, so you really feel the movement. Boom. Okay, and then we circling and we open the fan. Wow. Okay. So when you're doing that, you feel the open, you feel the bam. Okay. Now as we take our time, you notice I'm not gonna break. Okay. So especially at the beginning, we don't want you don't want this. You don't want to think any power and bah, bah. Okay. At the beginning, you don't want that because we want this flow. You want the energy to keep going. Okay? You want the energy to keep going. Yeah. Okay. So even if I go right here, right, I'm pulling in. I'm kind of getting it circling to go out. Okay. So we're not gonna. We don't want to stop. Okay. So you once you're moving, you should feel something else. Once you're gonna, how to say, you're not gonna stop. So you're already going into the next movement already, yeah. And once it extends out, you're already pulling back, and we're going through the whole form. Okay. So you just take your time. And you can feel the constant flow. So we're trying to be like that river. Okay. Thunder hits the mountain. And we just, even though we take our time, you're still moving. Okay. And then when you add that slight, that movement, no matter what, then you're flowing, the river flow. It doesn't matter the speed, but go slow first. But you can see all this. See that? Yeah. Not slow, but it's constantly moving. Yeah. Constantly moving. Yeah. And do set two. Same thing. You're just flowing out. See the form is something's always moving. Okay. Just flowing. Step forward. Thrust. Boom. Okay. Tap and push. Medium drawback and low. So just keep that flow. Okay. And by going slow, there's so much time to think about the other movement coming up. Okay. So you don't have to stop. I'm moving here, like, oh, I forgot. Wait, I'm still moving, so that means I'm going to have time to adjust and find the next step, and it's always there. Okay. If it goes out, it's most likely going to come back in. If it goes down, it goes back up. Okay. And we just keep flowing like this. Something's always moving. Yeah. Draw. And we just take our time. Back jab, lift, yun over, present the fan. And you notice how I just keep moving slowly. If my upper part not flowing, then the bottom fan over the falls. Yun, step forward, come down low this time. See that drum? Boom. Comes back. Boom. Circle over. Yeah. Come back. Yeah. Let's do our set three. It repeats the beginning of set two. And since it repeats, you should notice you're learning a lot faster than before, man. Bring it down, up, step back, down again, close. Since if I repeat, you should feel it. So if I go a little quicker, the flow is still there, yeah? Okay. And it only goes quick because I practice slow. Okay. And you don't have to go fast. But if you learn to just find a nice comfortable speed, you can mix up your form, yeah? So you can practice both ways here. Close it. Elbow. In. Boom. Roll. Punch. Over. Drop down. Boom. And step. And jump. Over and stomp. 1, 2, 3. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the open. Okay. You and step and down. Step and up. Okay. So you can see the patterns come to the drum. Okay. Over again and boom. Okay. Now lift up the hand. Let the fan go through and go through the back. Pull it in. Take your steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and small. Doom, 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 doom. Okay. Close it. Last set. Open fan. Stepping towards your right. Open the fan. Ah. Sing. Press. Circle over. Let it scoop. As you scoop, shoot the palm forward. Lift up. Brush towards your left and let it poke. You jump or you knock the door out. Boom. Grab. This is like your form of single whip too, yeah? But we just come down, creep down. Boom. Lift up. Other hand go down. The fan slicing through. Okay, so 1, the eyes. 2, come back. Chop. Chop. Okay. Closing near up. Ready? The fan open. Close and center. Okay. Alrighty. Doing a good job. Okay. So even you can speed up or slow down. I recommend always go slow first, and then you can do a little quicker one. And don't do it fast to do it finish fast or quicker or earlier. You're going when you're doing when you're doing it faster, you're trying to do it smoother. Okay, and then you can see if you feel like whoa, it doesn't feel right, or um, feels off balance, or certain parts of the form just stops, like okay, and then you realize where that's when you do your regular set. If I'm going slow, so I can feel what's happening, or if I'm going too slow that my mind is wandering in that point. So say like you're doing set 1, you're good. Set 2, you're getting good. Then set 3, you're beginning, and then your mind's already wandering. Okay, and that's what's happening. That means in that part where it starts to wander around when I'm doing it quick too. Yeah, you're like, oh, how come I can't do it in that part? Because you're thinking of something else. So therefore, the mind is not where the technique is in the form, the fan or anything. Yeah. So that's doing both and experiment with both can really uh, balancing everything out. Yeah, not everything is slow. Okay, and not everything is quick. Okay, so you're trying to find your little balance in that center part. Okay, and again, you don't have to go super quick. Yeah, and the slower you go, the quicker you start becoming itself. Okay, and there will be a time when you uh, if it's gonna come out quick by itself because of the training you're doing slower. Okay, and the more you can do it slow and you're doing it in the mind, that makes it way quicker because when you do it in the mind, you're seeing, you're visualizing the techniques itself, and that can really enhance it. So, I don't know if I mentioned the story before, but that time when I couldn't practice as much the form, and then I would catch the bus, so I would do the set in my head as I'm riding a bus because it took a while to get to the school, and then try to do 108 movements in your head, like how you normally just go like this. Okay, you're not gonna go that far at the beginning. You're like, oh, and see how much your mind will wander off. Okay, so if I do the set in my mind, and I'm doing this, and then the more farther I can go, the more focus I come, or more the technique come out by itself, and that really enhanced my the form itself. So it's like started to flow quicker because I could do it in the mind, and that's how it wasn't for me like kind of got limited. Then you got creative in the sense of I need to practice no matter what, and then I practice on the bus, but I have to practice on my mind. So you can practice anywhere, but now by being more aware of things, it really enhances your own form itself. So I find that that's a good thing you guys can try too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Water's so good. Make sure you have your water because the way the weather is like, yeah, the water is a perfect example because you're flowing. The water is flowing. Okay. So even one time where I live, I would see this worker before she goes to work, and I don't know how old she was. She was in 60s or something. Okay. And then she'll do her Tai Chi form, but you can't be there an hour doing your Tai Chi before she goes to work. She does her whole set in a couple minutes. Okay. So she's like this now. Wow, wow, I'm doing all her set. Okay. So slow. If she goes that fast, that means I know she goes super slow. Okay. And that slow creates that flow. Yeah. So if you see anybody go fast and it's smooth and clean, that means they practice slow. Yeah. Okay. So it's like I just do my first form. Yeah. Okay. So you can speed up quicker and quicker. Yeah. One thing others to keep in mind, if it does go quick, and your body will adjust to your surroundings. So if it's rocky or stuff like that, if it um balance and you still feel stable, then the form feel good. If you doing it quick and then it's all over the place, then it's not as stable. So um, keep that in mind when you're going slow again. You need to sink and breathe and feel your stance. Okay, I think I did a lot. Hopefully this really gives you lots of value because that that's what really helped me too. Yeah. Okay. Again, the fan is very healing. Yeah. You can feel the oxygen. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's all cool down together. Okay. Bring it in. Center. Down. 2 times. Out and out. All the way up. Exhaling. Centered it in. Okay. I appreciate it a lot. Thank you very much to all of you guys. Good Tai Chi fan. Okay. And just flow, whatever you know, just flow. Okay. So next time, next Friday, we'll do more. And those joining me for this Sunday, uh, the Sunday sword, will flow with the sword too. Alrighty. Thank you so much. Again, if even if you do get shy or asking questions, you can put it down in the comments. Yeah. And again, I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much. You guys all take care. I'll see you guys. Bye. Okay, be safe. And